no way around it. Massive amount of lawn work going on over there. Trying to away from it. Was in the Facebook for a bit, and then I hopped over to the YouTube when that died down. So we'll see who get in here today. Quick reminder, please like this as soon as you get in. If you guys get in here after the fact, once it's done and it's no longer live, please drop a comment underneath. Help me get those engagements up. Also a reminder, I have coaching slots open. You'll see info on the community tab every day on how to apply for that. I also do consultations. I've been doing a fair amount of those too, to where you get an hour of my time to cover anything you need, whether it's working on a program, gear talk, whatever like gear advice you need, looking at your blood work, whatever people need there, nutrition advice. So just helping people with their general goals. So I do quite a few of those. In fact, I did one a couple days ago. One of my regulars comes in and he hired me for some partial coaching, which is kind of a weird thing. He's kind of like, instead of doing these calls all the time, how much would you charge me just to be my gear coach? And we came to an agreement. So, and I give him a call every month with that. Tony D, good day coach, going through some tough times. Your videos provide some positivity. Thank you. Hey Tony, hey man, I'm glad that I'm able to help you there. I'm trying to be more positive. It's one reason I'm going to stop all the any of the drama content I started rotating back in a few months ago. I don't think it helps anybody. And really at the end of the day, I'm a coach. I'm someone who puts out information to help people reach their goals. You know, we shouldn't be about negativity. In fact, the whole lifting world shouldn't be about that. We really fight too much over stupid stuff, just in general. What's a good rep range for good mornings? 3 sets of 10 reps. Well, it depends on what you're doing with them. I mean, you can do 5, 6s, 10s, 15s, right? I mean, I do, you've literally seen me do maxes on them and 12 rep sets on them in the last couple months, right? I've done both. But I think 3x10 is a good hypertrophy range for them. It depends on what you're trying to do with the exercise. But no, but I think 3x10, very workable. I think that's good for just general purpose on probably any hypertrophy related lift, but it's definitely your good morning. Jordan says, what's on the menu for max effort bench today? Oh, I already did it. I already put the max up. I did a medium grip. I got 335 with a medium. Trying to keep everything flat heeled. I want to rotate grips a little bit. The 335 was kind of hard. Medium grip, I always tend to be weakest at, by the way. I think people forget that. They're always like, why do you do the wide and then the close? I'm like, because my medium grip always sucks. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't probably hit some maxes with it. So it was pretty grindy. I think it was like at least a 3.5 second rep. There you go, going to go for 315 medium grip today. Cool, man. Good stuff. But yeah, the 315 looked like a warm up. So I'm like, oh, let's jump 20 pounds, you know. I was ramping up. I did 315. I'm like, oh, that was really easy. Let's see if I can go up 20 instead of 10. And I got it. I mean, and it would pass in comp. Like it was clean. It was just really slow. In the middle. So once it exploded off the chest, like I'm fast off the chest, which again, what does that tell us? I don't need any more delt work. So I'm only training rear delts at this point. I'm so delt dominant as a bencher. Can you give a gospel from the Bible? No, dude, I don't run a religious channel. And I'm trying not to ostracize people who have different beliefs from me. So I would rather not. What do you mean give a gospel? You don't know what the 4 gospels are? Poop preview. Mike, what a weird question. Also, if you guys could click that like button, there's 34 people in here watching. There's like 6 people commenting, only 3 likes. Hit that like button for Daddy. Come on. Get those likes up. Come on, hit that button. There you go. Get the likes up. Ring my bell. I think I'm just going to do these. I think I'm going to skip those Wednesday night lives at this point. These get better better views, and I don't have to do anything. I'm already going to walk anyway, so I need it for just my health and fitness. So get a few more likes in here. What else you guys have going? So yeah, I'll get the vlog up here in a bit. I need to record it. I haven't chopped any of the footage up or trimmed it down, done anything with it. So I'll get that here once I'm sitting down to eat some breakfast. But I feel like I'm short stroking the dips too. I went heavier, and like that was just, I feel like I was ego lifting. So I dropped all the way down to the 55, and I'm trying to just get them as deep as I possibly can. Right, because that's the whole point. I'm using it to build my pecs. So I did after the max bench, I did floor press for 6s. I did weighted dips, weighted chins, laying extensions, cheat curls, and then rear delt raises on the incline bench. Was pretty much my training. All right, I was happy with it. I do feel like rear delts and upper back need to get a lot of work at this point. I think my front delts and everything are really dominant, and I'm really a shoulder dominant bencher when I look at my strength curve on everything. And I think all that really wide grip benching did that. But yeah, so I just need to bring up my pecs and triceps. But I think just in terms of looking at balance, I've got to get my rear delts up. I got to bring my traps up. Whole upper back does need to come up along with my arms. I mean, obviously you want everything to grow, but that stuff needs a lot of work, right? So I had one coach friend of mine tell me, he's like, your biceps really aren't a weak link at this point, believe it or not. He's like, really, your rear delts and long head of your tricep. Made me say, wow, that's a weird comment. Also, you guys need to hit that like button. It'll get more people in here. But yeah, the one of these yesterday got lots of views. I'm over here getting lost if I'm not careful. All right, where is that? That's there, that's here. Okay, cool. Figure out what street I'm on. Can't be getting lost. Not what we're trying to do here. Nice traps. Yeah, my traps need to come up on it. Like I was just saying, my whole upper back area. Really, my whole trap, my upper traps, my rear delts, my triceps need to come up as I get a hair leaner. That's what we need to have happen. So yeah, prioritizing all that. So really the only shoulder work I'm doing now is just rear delts for direct. My conjugate workouts are like 2 hours, and I'll do more bodybuilding stuff. Yeah, that's how they got mine are like that too. But you know, it's only 4 days, right? So you're only training 4 days a week. Hour and a half, 2 hours, really pretty optimal there. Like you can pretty much maximize gains. You know, and a lot of that because our breaks are a little longer, but that's what you want. Like every study has always confirmed that longer breaks to maintain performance set to set produces more muscle growth. All this super short break pump work, you really have to be on a lot of gear to get a lot out of. You know, to be on a lot of gear. So I was chatting with Doug earlier today because he was asking me what I'm using, and I told him, he's like, I know guys who to be at your size level right now need over a gram, and I'm just like, wow, I'm not even trying to be hitting a gram of gear at my age. Try to stay under 500 right now. It's ridiculous. But that's kind of the point, you know, it's bad training. Inefficient training is usually the culprit. You know, that's why so many guys need a gram or more of gear to put on size sometimes. Their training is bad. You know, so they struggle to get thick. But it really is dumb stuff like let's do 45-second breaks between sets. It's like, well, yeah, that's why you're not growing. That's why you have to keep upping the dose, because you're not hitting any of the upper threshold fibers. You're not recovering between sets. And so the intermediate fibers are the only thing growing, so you need more drugs because they won't grow if you're natural and you've been training several years, or when you are on a moderate amount of gear, they stop growing also. The intermediate fibers will completely stop growing until you add more drugs, which if you're on nothing, that means you got to add something. So that's the problem with some of that style of training. And it can work when you're a novice. It'll get you through your noob gains quick. How far of a grade are you walking up? No, I'm just walking. I'm not gassed. I'm just walking down the street. What a weird question. I'm walking briskly. It's called brisk walking. Your heart rate and breathing are going to be up a little bit. But gassed would mean I'm fatigued. You're a weirdo. You know that, right? The term gassed would imply that I'm like fatigued. I'm just getting a nice walk in. Strange. All right. No, I'm just walking down the street normal. Doing my thing. You ever get into welding? Nope. What does that have to do with lifting weights or fitness? And I do mean that seriously. I'm hopefully trying to lose a little body fat with what I'm doing. Got to get used to the extra carb water though. Why would anybody ask me about welding? Like what in the holy fuck does that have to do with a fitness channel? Yeah, I've never welded a day in my life. Next. I don't know. I don't track miles. I don't track steps. I don't track miles. I just walk. Even if I do my best, man, I just go for time. Right? Because I make 78 an hour. Okay, but that's your profession. I'm a coach. So it would be kind of like me going to your job as a welder and going, hey man, did you ever get into coaching? You'd be like, I'm a welder, dude. You weirdo. That's what you would look at me like I'm crazy, right? So, no, welders make good money. Like if you're making that much, you're probably pretty good at it. All right. All right, the bills are high. Everybody's bills are high, man, in this economy. Which is why I got coaching slots open. And I do have coaching slots open. You guys can apply. There's instructions, there's links below everything. I'll put a whole set of instructions in the comments after this is done. So hit coach up for some coaching. I'll get you strong and jacked. Take you from dad bod to daddy. All right. Yep. But yeah, we're just trying to get a walk in every day. So the whole plan right now, figure I'll just stream these again. I'm not even worried about the weight vest. I just want to get a walk every day just to get my steps up. All right. The idea, I fast in the morning. Walking is good for you. My training is kind of at the limits of my recovery, so I don't need anything else intense. You know, how close are you? I don't understand the question. You asking how close am I to my genetic muscular potential? I exceeded it. I got like a 27 fat-free mass index, dude. So I am above the genetic limit for my frame by a significant amount. It's called drugs. All right. I look forward to your transformation. I really enjoy transformation fitness channels like this. Okay, appreciate it, Morgan. But at least I'm honest about certain things, unlike other people. Dudes to be walking around 20 pounds of muscle above their natural limit, talking about, I'm completely natural. I don't even use creatine or protein. And it's like, dude, you use Tren. How are you, Jason? I'm doing good, man. How are you doing, Mike? Yeah, I'm getting ready to go eat. I just want to get a nice bit of cardio in. I got my chicken, rice, and potatoes going in the Instapot, all ready to eat. Doing pretty good, thanks, man. Good to hear, dude. Good to hear. And then I'll get a vlog up for you guys. But yeah, it was max effort bench press day. So we did medium grip bench for my max effort lift and 6 accessory movements. There's nothing wrong with having a dad bod. Well, I think people have changed the meaning of the dad bod. Like the internet has taken those studies on the whole dad bod thing and they've changed the definition. Like a dad bod never meant a fat dude who's out of shape, by the way. It's not what people were talking about in those studies. A dad bod is a guy who lifts and has muscle and just doesn't have a six pack. It's pretty much all it is. So, Mike says, I got a 605 deadlift, 545 squat, and a 4, I think you mean a 405 bench. I weigh 285. Do you think I have a chance in powerlifting, especially being this heavy? Define a chance. Are you saying because you show up at a meet and place well? Yes. Absolutely. Where's the vest that I missed just signed on? Oh, Richard, I'm not wearing the vest. I don't need the recovery negative. I'm just walking just for the sake of walking, just as physical activity. The weight vest beats up my recovery when I'm pushing the limits of my training right now. Yeah, no, Mike, I mean, even at 285, your numbers are decent. I mean, so when you ask a chance, I don't know what you mean by a chance. That's like someone in something else amateur, like football, saying, pretty decent at football. You think I could go try out for the high school team? And it's like, well, yeah, you're pretty good. You know, or do you mean to go pro? Or are you talking about being the best in the world? You know, there's a difference. No, I mean, your numbers are plenty respectable. Like, you'd place decent at regional meets and stuff. Like, doing well. Are you talking about the upper echelons of powerlifting? No, not a chance. Are you talking about hitting a respectable total at a regional meet and guys saying, hey, dude, you're pretty strong? The other lifters? Yes. But you have to understand how extreme the sport has gotten in the top tiers. But here's the thing. Are you trying to be recognized on the internet by a million people as the best? Or are you just trying to go to a regional meet and the other powerlifters going, yeah, dude, you're doing pretty dang good, man. You're a strong mofo. That's two very different things. Just like when you go to play football, you know, are you just trying to win a regional championship in high school football? Or are you trying to be at the Super Bowl? You know, so put it in that context, right? Put it in that sort of context. But yeah, I mean, he is right. You could trim down to the 242, just slowly work body fat down. Those numbers would be a lot more solid there. Very great advice, thanks. So again, I think people forget that. Like, so for example, people on the internet will try to clown me. They're like, oh, you're not that strong. I'm literally in the top percentile in my sport, in powerlifting. My total is classified as an elite total for my class. But on the internet, I'm not shit. Understand how that works? I'm 1%, I'm in the top 1% of competitors. But that's on the internet, that's not shit. You have to be in the top 1% of the top 1%. I don't know my exact rank, but I am in the top 1%. Even Charlie's coming here, who's technically in my class too, and ranks higher than me. And he said that. He's like, dude, Blaha is an elite total in our class, and he is in the top 1%. He said that streams. He's actually thought about hiring me to coach him, actually, a couple times. He's mentioned it to me. But, you know, keep in mind, by internet standards, if you're only in the top 1% in powerlifting, you're weak. So, no, you're not going to get accolades on the internet with where you are, but you'll do rural regionals and you'll get a lot of pats on the back. Eclipse, I don't know what any of that means. Like those, I don't know what either name you just typed even means. I have no concept. Is 185 for 5 bench. I mean, do you want me to be objective? Those are pretty good for a noob. Number 1 college football. It's my birthday today. I'm going to give a happy birthday to AJ, I guess. Happy birthday, AJ. All right. No, dude, body weight for 5 reps on bench is not considered, I mean, objectively is not that good. But keep training, keep moving forward, keep improving. So you're throwing me noob numbers. We'll keep getting stronger, homie. Just keep putting in the work. How much would it cost you? Same, I charge you the same I charge everybody. Mike, it's $250 a month. I don't charge extra for meat prep. Like there's no price difference for competitors versus my general clients. Meat prep is just simply a part of the coaching, and I don't charge more for it. Right now, I charge $250 a month. So put in an application, and I'll help you out. Yeah, I'll get you there, dude. Okay. Well, right. I don't know why you guys don't listen to my advice. Quit bulking that fast. I kind of tell you guys not to do that, so quit doing that. Mike says, thanks, Jason. Awesome. So yeah, just hit me up on Facebook. It's linked down under in the description of all my videos on my channel. I'll be happy to get you competitive, man. I didn't be on the channel. Oh, okay. Well, right. So lesson learned. I make tons of videos on that. You guys you have to totally stop bulking like that. Quit gaining more than a pound a month. You got to stop doing it. Dirty bulking only. Yeah, I agree. My stocks is right. Dirty bulking only makes you fat and kills your gains because then you have to cut more. You don't gain muscle any faster for the dirty bulk. Like gaining 3 pounds a month versus 1 pound a month will not put a single ounce more muscle on you. All you did was gain 2 more pounds of fat. That's it. How much weekly sets? Approximately about 12. Right? Right? How are you defining as gaining strength? Yes, gaining body fat improves leverages to let you lift more weight. It does not put more tension on the muscles. So getting fatter will always make your bench and squat go up. But it's not more progressive overload, and here's why. Progressive overload is increased tension on the muscle fibers. If you gain fat and it gives you a leverage advantage, it does not put any more tension on the muscles. It's actually easier to lift. That's why you lift more weight. And I've made numerous videos explaining that. Like, I sound like a broken record on that one, like to the point where people are like, is that the only thing Blaha ever talks about? Like, I've probably made 50 videos on it. Well, if you got fat, then you need to cut, and then don't bulk fast ever again for the rest of your life. Problem solved. What you like? All right. I'm out of shape. All right, so trim down. You can gain muscle while cutting, by the way. If you cut slow, you can gain muscle and strength while doing it. You just have to do it really slow. So you could do that. Problem solved, right? Solutions, I have them. Why does it feel I progress weight? Because my body, I don't understand your question. Yeah, 40 pounds. Why would you ever, as a lifter, ever cut down to 145? No, just stop. You need to go talk to a therapist. You have an eating disorder. I can't help you any further. You have an eating disorder. You're talking about someone who's lifting and been building a base, cutting down to 145. You have anorexia. You need to go talk to a therapist. I can't help you. I'm dead serious. All right. The guys who do these crazy bulks and cuts and then cut that low have mental health issues. You need to talk to a therapist and get that resolved before you're going to be able to get to your fitness goals. Morgan, I'm in the top 1% in my class in powerlifting, yes. I currently have an elite total with the USPA on record for my age and weight class. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. Time to get inside, time to get some breakfast. I love all you guys and gals, and I will talk to you